Is that the same jacket you were wearing yesterday?
Well, as the nation awaits a grand jury decision and peaceful protests continue to overnight, hundreds of lawyers from across America descending on Ferguson. They say they're there responding to calls from the ACLU to monitor police behavior.
Well, joining us now to weigh in is Christian Adams, former DOJ official. Good to have you here.
Morning.
So, Eric Holder, should he be weighing in, and how is he weighing in?
Well, why does this Attorney General always seem to take the side of the lawless? This is a pattern over the last 6 years. Attorney General Holder has scolded the police, telling them that they need to behave. I think he's got the wrong target, Tucker. Mike, he's telling the police they need to behave. In fact, he should be telling everybody they need to behave. This is an administration that has consistently taken the side of the lawless over the law-abiding citizens.
Right. I mean, last time I checked, when violent protests broke out in Ferguson earlier this year, law enforcement stood back intentionally as businesses were looted and burned by mobs. So that doesn't seem overeager to me. What are these lawyers doing there, sent by the ACLU?
It's about money and muscle, Tucker. Money first. What they need to do is continually justify their existence. They want to fundraise off of this. They want to tell you that this is part of the civil rights struggle that started in Selma in 1965. But it's really more like Paris in 1968, Tucker. The radical left has to always flex its muscle. They have to take to the streets and agitate. It's not part of civil rights. This is an effort of the far left to show that they're here and they're here to stay.
I've heard some people say that the President of the United States should go to Ferguson. What do you think?
Well, look, let's start with small stuff. There was a quote in the Washington Times today about the arrest of some Black Panthers, new Black Panther Party members in St. Louis, who were building pipe bombs and were buying guns through straw purchases to kill as many police officers as they could. Well, guess what the quote is in the New York Times from a federal official with the administration? This was not a serious threat. That's literally what someone in this administration said about this plot. They're more worried about the cops. Why is it that this administration is constantly, repeatedly downplaying the threat of the new Black Panthers, downplaying the threat of race radicals, downplaying the threat of violence, and worried about the police? Well, it keeps happening over and over again.
I'm a little confused, and just give me a reality check here. I get why people are upset that Michael Brown was killed. I think it's upsetting. But I've never seen any evidence that race played a direct role. Maybe it did, but I haven't seen any evidence. Is there something I'm missing? Is there actual evidence that this is an inherently racial case?
Well, what they will tell you is that this has a history to it, that the history between the police and the community is what animates this incident. But that's why we have a grand jury. That's why we have a grand jury that looks at all the facts. One side, however, Tucker, is not going to be happy with one outcome of that grand jury. And that's why one side has threatened to take to the streets, to burn, to loot, to do the things they did before. One side doesn't like the American system, apparently.
J. Christian Adams joining us from Washington. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
All right, coming up.